Hello, everybody, and welcome to Grant Family Adventures. My name is Jameson, and I'm so happy to have you here today. In today's video, I'm going to be doing an unboxing. I just recently purchased the Creality K1 Max 3D printer. Um, I'm really excited to get this. I'm really excited to be able to put this thing together and put it into use. I just recently got into the 3D world, 3D community, if you will, and just really excited to see what all that has in store and you can do. Um, I did have the, well, I did, I do have the Neptune um, uh, 3 Max as well, but that one gave me a couple issues, so that's more of a project until I get that up and running. Thankfully, I'd like to do a big shout out to my wife. My beautiful wife allowed me to purchase this and hopefully get it up and running. So I'm actually printing stuff instead of saying some bad words. So I'm going to be doing an unboxing. Going to be able to show you exactly what I'm seeing. And I know that on YouTube there's thousands of videos of these done already. Well, this is my first time with it, and I'm experiencing just like you. And if you happen to see something that sparks interest in you, please feel free to ask me any questions or anything, and I'll help you in my experience as well. So we'll learn it together. We'll learn it as we go through. Um, I guess it goes without saying, and I've seen this on other videos. I'm not affiliated with Creality. They're not sponsoring this video or anything like that. I purchased this with my own money. So no money exchanged hands or anything like that, or reaching out or anything like that. These views and opinions are strictly mine. Seeing what we get in the box and what the actual finished product is. So, and I've seen other YouTube channels do that. So I just I don't want anyone to think for 1 second that I got that they reached out to me or anything like that. That's not the case. This is 100% my machine. Let's get started. All right, so all right, so we got move this in a bit. All right, so we got the K1 Max here. We're gonna open this bad boy up and see what we got. I cannot stress this enough. My beautiful wife allowed me to get this, so I did not sneak behind her back or anything like that. I I asked permission. I'm married. I'm not an idiot. So. All right, so we go ahead and open it up. We got the quick little installation guide. Probably some little things that we'll go through and look through later. Probably instruction manuals, how to turn it on, how to get it up and running, probably some stickers, some things of that nature. Make sure you guys can see me. I'm still new to this whole thing. So we got and this is the styrofoam that comes in it. This is the good stuff. This is the stuff that, if Lord forbid, if you have an Ace Ventura situation, yeah, this ain't going nowhere. So you're good. Got some little supports here to, again, in transporting anything, it's always nice to have so we don't go anywhere. I'm making a complete mess, so I promise I'm going to clean all this up. This is the top, and you'll see where I put this here in a second. It is glass, it is solid, so you want to be really careful with this. From my understanding, it is removable, so you can place it. It actually sits on top of the machine, which is part of one of the appeals to this machine is where your product and everything is. You can take this off, and this is one of the louder machines, so this helps with that a little bit. But then again, remember, it's glass, so it could break. I really love this foam. Just a tip, if you're getting something, whether it be a video game console, in my case, a printer, anything like that, keep the box. Keep the box and all the things in it. I mean, you don't know where you're going to go. You don't know what you're going to do. And you may need to ship it. You may need to send it off somewhere. You may need to transport it. Keep all your stuff, because when push comes to shove, bubble wrap can only do so much. I'm going to set this down on the ground real quick so you guys can see. Whoa. Well, that would have definitely been one for the blooper reel, is me knock over my tripod. Okay. That was a lot more difficult than it needed to be, but at the end of the day, we were successful. And I'm actually going to move this again because sadly it doesn't fit where I want it to. But that's okay. So we're going to pick this up. Okay. That still looks a little bit bad too, and I don't know if I can maneuver this down to show you, but there you go. The Creality K1 Max. Now, this is the bigger brother to the K1, which I don't have. I don't have that one, and I'm still new to this, so of course I'm of the mindset, if you have the means, go for the bigger one. Go for the big one. But this does have a smaller version. This is the bigger build plate, so you can do a lot more stuff with this one. It's just whatever you want to go with, whatever you want to do in your own right. So just to let you know, there is a smaller version of this. It is the K1. This is the K1 Max. Of course, with the bigger build plate comes a bigger price point, and you gotta throw that into the mix to see what you get. So yeah. All right, we got the power cable that came with it. You always need this. That goes without saying, but it has to be said. Like, where's the? I can't. It's not doing nothing. You gotta turn it on. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be my LCD screen. The printers come with they hook up to your computers, but they also have their own programmable screen that goes with it. So anything that you want to print, anything that you want to do, has its own screen. We'll put that on a little bit later. We're not going to worry about that right now. Again, you're going to want to, and I know I keep bringing it up, but like I said, this is the good stuff. This is another good rule of thumb. Try to remember how everything went. I know you're going to have this for a while, and this is going to be sitting on your counter, or it's going to be doing something along those natures. One way or another is going to fit. This is how it was stored. So if you remember, great. If you don't, it's trial and error, but keep them. I mean, I'm pretty, you're gonna thank me when you're ever moving these or anything like that. There's no reason to throw them away. No reason to throw them away at all. So we got one other thing that came with it on the inside. We have a nice little toolkit here. These really come in handy. You have a little scraper tool to get your model off of the build plate. This really comes in handy. I've also got a plastic one. So if you're taking my advice from this, you're going to want the plastic one, because the metal one is probably going to scratch your plate. So you're probably going to want to invest in a plastic one. Little tools, can't go wrong with that. You know, some Allen wrenches. We're going to use those a little bit later. Some little things to probably get off your hot end and things like that. This really come in handy. You're really going to like this. This is going to be your snips when you're getting the supports off. We'll go into detail about that. I'm really happy about this. These are all certain things that you're really going to like in the long run. The thumb drive to have your stuff on. Now this particular machine, I'm told, does connect to the Wi-Fi, so you should be able to connect it to your program there, but there's nothing wrong with just putting your stuff on a thumb drive and popping it in. If you're not computer savvy, popping it onto a thumb drive the same way you would take to another printer and print the stuff, this comes in handy a lot. Let's see. This is going to be it's a cleaning rod, more or less. If you have a jam or you have a clog in your machine, this works. It's the same as probing your sink or anything like that. So if you have any questions about this, I can go into more depth, but that's the gist. Let's see. I think this is some grease for your wheel to move that around. We're not going to worry about that. You gotta love when the product says exactly what it is. Glue stick. There's not really any guessing about what that is. That's going to come in handy. This helps really well with bed adhesion. Your first layer, whenever you're going to print, this really helps to get that first initial layer to stick to your plate. And you want that to happen. You want that first initial layer to stick in there. Trust me, you're going to be really happy with that. So that's a really good starter kit. You should get you up and running out the door. So thank you so much for sticking with me this far. We're about 15 minutes into this, and I mean, you've seen the printer and everything. I'm still getting up and running. Again, this is the 3D printer world is something that I've been interested in for a while. I just haven't dove into it to, pursue it or anything like that. But a funny thing happened to me. I recently turned 40. And I say recently, 3 years ago. So I'm kind of, here lately, I've been on a kind of a kick of wanting to do stuff myself, wanting to learn new things, new projects and things of that nature, for a number of reasons. I was blessed with two boys, and I want to be able to pass things on to them. I want to be able to show them that they can do anything as well. And I know I'm really late in the game on it, but it is it's something that I would like to be able to pass on to my kids, with the attitude of, how do you know how to do that? Well, my dad taught me, kind of stuff. And to be able to get to that point, I have to know how to do it. And I've been pretty successful here lately. I got to toot my own horn. We had a plumbing problem a couple months back, and not problem. Problem's the wrong word. Our youngest son discovered how to flush the toilet, and long story short, he flushed up and down it. So instead of, of course, the number one thing was to hire a plumber to get him to come look at it. And after we decided that was going to be too much money, I wanted to learn. So long story short, I figured it out. I had friends at work that helped me, navigate what I was supposed to do. God bless YouTube, because that helped. And it was a big resource. Long story short, I got it done. And now I know how to fix my toilet. Silver lining on that, my wife knows that I know how to do it. So she said here pretty soon, she's going to want to change out our toilets, and her husband knows how to do it now. So I've been on this little kick of wanting to do things myself. And I'm not a painter. I'm not anything along the creative side, but 3D printing opens the world to, I am computer savvy. I am computer, follow the bouncing ball, and I can enter a program and things like that. So 3D printing allows you to find a file, see something you want, and enter into the program. The cool thing about it is a lot of these machines, they do it by themselves. You don't really have to know a lot about the mechanics of it or anything like that. You can dive in, by all means, do your research and things like that. But the good thing about them is a lot of them are point and click. You can't go wrong with point and click. It's phenomenal how easy these things are to learn. I mean, I'm learning myself. So, and again, if I can say anything along the lines of that, is if I can do it, you can do it too. And again, if you want to reach out to me, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I will be more than happy to talk all day long about what I've experienced, what I can teach you, what you can learn. We can learn together, because I'm still learning stuff. So back to the build. I don't know if you guys can move this down a little bit. So you've got the machine here. I'm going to take some stuff off. Now, of course, if you've had cell phones, and I'm pretty sure that's a statement in itself, a good thing with any new cell phone or new project or anything like that, one of the key things is taking off the plastic. You can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that at all. nothing like that new car smell, am I right? Okay. So this is the machine in itself. You again, it's fully enclosed, which is really good for some of your stuff because you can just put it in. It's kind of like a microwave if you want to think of it as that. Put your thumb drive in, let the program run itself, close the door, you know, start it and forget it kind of deal. I will point out this and a shout out to a YouTuber by the name of Uncle Jesse, and I'm not putting him on blast. The video is out there. You can go out and Google it. He was putting together his machine, and again, this is the main door to open it up, and it is glass. And the reason I point that out is because he was doing an unboxing, same as I am, and he shattered it. I'm not putting him on blast by any means, but you can watch the videos yourself. He's the one that did it. So that opens up. The hinges are already in there. It has a yeah, it came with its own door handle, which I'm going to put on in a little bit, so I'm not swinging the thing willy-nilly. But this is really going to come in handy because I'm going to put that on and have the magnetic thing to close it. Also, too, Creality, let me pop this up so I can talk to you. Creality is real good about their whole philosophy is plug and play. There's certain things that you got to do, you know, certain aspects like getting the printer ready and things like that, but they try to strive to kind of a turnkey operation. And I'm getting to that for this simple fact. They sent product. Isn't that cool? And this is a full spool too. This I can probably get like 15 projects out of this. I mean, this is your material. Whereas regular printers, they have paper, this is called filament. This is your PLA. Now, I'm going to apologize right now. I'm not going to get into the, if you want to know what PLA stands for, please go and research. I think it's like polylactic acid or something like that. I probably just told you what it is. But anyway, it's a plastic material. One of the things about so the 3D printer is a very expensive glue gun. If I can break it down as simple as possible to you, is a very expensive glue gun. This material heats up. It's all in the metric system. So your degrees are in Celsius, your distance is in millimeters. Remember when your teacher used to tell you that math would be in your world no matter what, and you gave her the finger and walked off? Yeah, it's gonna bite you in the ass. So, but anyway, this is your material, and it comes in so many different other colors. It comes in every color in the rainbow. It comes in all different forms. It comes in all different styles. I have one that I'm gonna print with later on, which you guys are absolutely gonna love. It's a multicolor one. On one end it's green and on the other it's purple. And I'll show you something on that too. I don't know if the video will pick it up, but I made this with my other printer, and as you can see, if it turned out, I hope it did. If it didn't, I mean, you're gonna see. But you've got the green and the purple. So fascinating. And it printed like that. There was nothing that I had to do. All I had to do was load the product. And you got, I mean, it's the whole thing is just fascinating. Just absolutely. And again, if you have any questions or anything, how to get it, where to get it, stuff like that, please leave a comment. I tried very hard to read all of them, and I give feedback. I'm learning, you're learning. Let's talk about it. So again, we're going to use some of this today because I want to be able to put it on and start my machine and run a product for you, because I don't want to use my stuff just now. The whole point is to plug and play and get it up and running. So that's really cool. course, this is going to be my spool holder. I'll get into more detail about that. More or less, this is what your spool goes on and feeds it through the machine. Now, this machine, I will tell you, is a pretty fast machine. It's a loud machine and it's a pretty fast machine. The reason I say it's fast is because this machine someone's gonna have to get me correct me on the speed in standard form, but it prints up to 600 millimeters per second, which is pretty fast for one of these machines. And as you can imagine with that, this thing shakes like a insert thing that would shake really fast. So what Creality has done is they sent, and again, they try very hard to make sure that you've got everything you need. These little rubber things for the feet of it to hopefully hold it in place, which are really cool. Absolutely cool. It's right there on the bottom. We're going to put these on in a second as well, because I want to make sure that I'm able to put it somewhere that is going to stay. So we will move that out of the way. Move that out of the way. So for all intents and purposes, I will get one more thing out. That's just your bottom portion there. Pick this up. Sorry, I'm straining a little bit, but yeah, that's still not as sturdy as I would like it to be, but yeah, that might work in itself. Well, I'm probably going to have to move that back a little bit. I'm probably going to, for right now, that's probably where that's going to stay. I don't want to turn it the other way for now, but I'll move the camera in to show you guys everything that I'm dealing with as far as getting it up and running. But case in point, there you go. You have the and again, this is one of their bigger machines. So everything seems to be in order. I'll get these remaining tape and stuff out. You know, like I said, I'm on one of the, and I was also looking too for along with the you know, being able to create and build and things of that nature. I was also looking for hobbies, you know, and this has nothing to do with anybody else's attitude on it or anything like that. But you know, again, like I said, I turned 40 and I needed something. I needed, you know, I've got video games, as you can tell by my shirt. I've also got my boys to play with. I've also got my wife, you know, to hang out and do that stuff. But I needed something. I needed a hobby. I needed excuse me for 1 second. I needed something at the end of the day so I could come home and, you know, decompress somehow. The beauty thing about 3D printing is you can start a program and it runs anywhere from 20 minutes to 4 days, just depending on what you're building. And the end result is phenomenal. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Again, I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up. If it does, fantastic. If it doesn't, okay. But look at that. Yes, that is what you think it is. It is Batman's Batwing. And I'm serious. You know, this is something that took I I don't even remember how long the actual time was, but you put it. I mean, the machine does it, and you're like, wow. I mean, it's incredible. It absolutely. I know it doesn't sound like it. It really doesn't, but still, it's really cool because you see the machine, and I'll show you too. I mean, if you're sticking with me this long, I'm fairly certain that you want to see the end result, and you're going to see. I mean, just the whole process of it. It's really cool. It's really neat, and I hope that you get the same joy out of it. And I know you're not you're not gonna get the same spark or anything through a video, but maybe you might. You know I did. I know that seeing videos, the stuff that of creators doing it, I like. And of course, I have the same attitude. If they can do that, so can I. So kind of attitude. So it may spark something for you. And again, leave a comment. Please leave a comment, and we can talk about it. I'll reach out, and hopefully I can point you in the right direction so you too can make your your uh, your hobbies and your interests and guilty pleasures be reality. So we got this up and running. We got it not up and running. Sorry, that's the wrong word. We got it unboxed. We got everything ready to go. I got some other little knickknacks to take off here. And let me see what we got here that's going to move. I'm going to open this up. And remember I told you that we have this little instruction book here. I know that I'm totally calling myself out, but use the instructions. There's no reward in thinking that you can do something. I mean, having complete faith that you can, and you miss a step. And I learned that the hard way. I really did, because having kids makes you very humble, and instructions have really helped me out a time or two. So use the instructions. Don't be a hero. I guess if you can put it in a simple sense. So, and the only reason I say the only reason I'm pulling this out is I'm fixing to put the door magnetic thing on so that thing stays closed, and I just want to make sure that I'm putting those in the right spots, and I have the right tools, because I might not have the right tools. I'm pretty sure that I do. I just gotta and of course I would jump ahead to a language that I don't even speak. Um, but yeah, fun. Okay, so I was not, thankfully, all the tools that I need are in that little packet that I told you about. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what we're working with. Now, if you're like me, and I would think on some level you might well be, any project that I set out to do, I drop way more stuff than I put on. I don't know why. I don't know why that happens, but it's the nature of the beast. I'm putting things together. I drop a screw. I would drop my brain if the thing would come out. But that just so and I realize that I'm being watched, so I'm not going to succumb to the nasty words that are going to be in my head. Hopefully, with me being, putting on a show for you, I won't drop anything. But now I just jinxed myself. So yeah. So, I hope y'all guys have had a good day. I hope you guys had a very productive Wednesday. If you're anything like me, you've got 50,000 things on your plate, and sometimes the days just roll into one. But I hope you had a wonderful day. I'm so thankful that you guys have decided to jump on with me whenever you're watching this. I believe it is almost 10:15, and yeah, I should be in bed, but no, I got stuff to do. I'm not even sweating that at all. But but thank you so much for sticking with me so long. I mean, I'm pretty far from where I want to be on this, but I'm gonna get it done. I have every intention of getting it done and up and running, so I can have a project going on it, because that's the whole point. If you're going to get a new project, you want to actually do something on it and enjoy yourself. And I think I'm fairly, well, I was going to say that I'm fairly certain. I think that I'm not going to say that I screwed up, because I don't think that I did. But I will tell you one thing: I may have gotten the wrong Allen wrench. Yeah, I believe that I got the wrong Allen wrench, which is fine, because like I said, they provide you with everything you need on it. Those are some little stickers that, of course, with every project that you come with, it comes with stickers. And if you have kids like I do, stickers. I don't know what it is about it. I remember at one point, I mean, stickers were all the craze. So I mean, I get it, but oh, would you look at that? I was looking through the book, and it was on the piece of paper the whole time. So yeah. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that makes it a lot more simpler. I have to make sure that I have the right talent, as they say, the right tools for the job. I believe I have found it, so we're good on that aspect. Let's look at this sheet and see where we're at. So we'll pop that off and pop that off, so we're good there. This is saying I don't mean to be narrating for you guys, but hopefully you are sticking with me throughout this little venture. See what I did there? Grant Family Ventures. It makes sense. It really does. Okay, so we'll grab we're going to put, okay, see? I told you it was going to happen. I dropped something. It never fails. You know, you drop 1, 2, 15 things, you know, so you don't like it, but it happens. The whole thing is to keep on, as Dory said, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. So, and like I said, this is a crucial point that you want to get on for the simple fact that you want this on, because your door, I don't know if y'all can see that, is just free. It's just free swinging, and I promise it's going to make your anxiety a little less because you know that the door's on there. I'm trying a new approach to this, and the reason for that is because I've only got 2 hands. So you want to make sure that you do what you can to do what you can. So we're going to put that on, and we should be, you know, again, you are at the mercy of making sure that everything lines up the way that it's supposed to. Beggars can't be choosers. See, again, y'all probably heard that. If y'all didn't, then nothing happened. But of course, something did happen. And if you're keeping score at home, that's 3. So, all right, success. So we're good. That actually went a lot smoother than I thought it was going to. So I am not complaining one bit. So moving on. The LCD screen, the brain of the machine, if you will. It's really cool. And like I said, I know I told you to keep all the foam and everything like that. I still stick by that. You guys need to keep the foam if you're going to be shipping it or packing it up later. I still stand by that. But all your little things, your screens, your stuff like that, you can get rid of all that. That's where the bubble wrap comes into play. If you're going to be transporting the big machine, use the foam. But everything else, you'll be fine. So this is the beauty part of it, which I'm going to go ahead and turn the screen just a little bit because I have no light, so move that way and get this in here. You probably can't see that, so I'm not gonna bore you with that, but there is a cable where the belt goes to turn the power on. Supposed to fit right in there, and then your screen goes on, and in theory snaps into place. And I say in theory because I am a moron. There we go. And if you want to check on the progress, we have the LCD screen. Success. The door opens. Probably need to push that down a little bit more just to get up and running. But guess what, guys? We're almost there. Thank you so much for sticking with me so far. We're almost there. So again, now, you know how I told you a while ago that this is a everything's in metric, millimeters, Fahrenheit, Celsius, things like that. Creality, or actually a lot of our 3D printers, they come from China. Not saying anything bad. It's just the nature of how it is. So a lot of their instructions are in Chinese. And contrary to popular belief, I don't speak Chinese, which I know you think you take one look at me and you go, well, yeah, of course he does. But no, I don't speak Chinese. So a lot of it is going to be pick and choose. So we will take this off because that's going to be on our LCD screen. And it will say here, right here, before applying power, please check that the 3 platform board fixing screws have been removed so you won't damage your machine. And I'm not, so you got to take my word for it. Again, there are 3 screws in here that basically hold your print bed in place so it doesn't move during transport. Yeah, they thought of a lot of stuff. They really did, and I'm not criticizing them by any means. But take those off before you even turn the machine on, and if you don't, it's gonna hurt right off the bat. So we will get those taken off, and they made it really good because they have arrows pointing to the screws in question. So. Now again, I'm not an expert by this by any means. I'm a YouTube creator as well. I'm also a YouTube aficionado, so everything that see, little bitty screw. It's always the little things that cause the most damage. It was my wife, probably. She doesn't say that. She doesn't. I wish she said that, but she doesn't say that. So anyway, back to the screw. So put that there. And again, like I said, I'm not an expert on any means. I hope I'm not showing y'all my backside, but it is, the instructions are in there, but, everyone says, make sure those screws are off. And again, they're pointed to it. They have displays, so you're not alone in trying to find where these are at. So some of these screws are a little difficult to get in if you're kind of in a bad spot. You just may have cleaned your nails or anything like that. It might be a little difficult. That's what you need tweezers for. You can get those hard to reach screws if you need to, but you should be fine. I mean, it's always nice to have nails every once in a while. So let me make sure. I believe that's back here. Completely. Yeah, I got it. Again, I really apologize if the camera's getting my bad side, but I don't want to, risk tipping my machine over from day one. But I'll finish this very quickly so you guys can get back to the main event. There we go. All 3 screws. Now, I do believe that I need to keep those screws. Again, whether you're transporting stuff, you're going to want those screws. So, I will pop them in a little baggie that I've got here. And we will make sure these don't go far. Okay, so I have a little I don't know what you go to, but I don't want you in there. And again, this machine comes with everything plugged in, so I don't have to worry about the only real thing that I got to plug in is the power, which that's aces in my book. The less I have to do, the better. So just taking that off, so satisfying. So satisfying because that's 100% yours. So we're going to take that off. Make sure everything is good in there. You guys are really going to like this. This is my print bed. And this is where the magic happens if you want to see it in that light. It is magnetic. It is very, flimsy and everything like that. Again, it's in metric. So this is 300 millimeters by 300 millimeters by 300 millimeters. Your length, width, and height. As far as your x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis on there, you can make some pretty good, pretty big things on this. I'm going to be making some helmets. I'm going to be making some other projects and things like that. And you guys are going to see this machine is really going to blow your mind. I'm so excited to be taking this journey with you, and I hope that you'd like to take this journey with me. So we'll put this back in here and get that up and running. I believe that it has, you guys are really going to love this too. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it has little notches where the bed sits in. So no guessing. Just make sure they're in those notches and your bed's going to be on there. And they just really thought of everything. So that's in there now. I believe everything is set up there. So we will put that back on. We're going to turn this a bit because I think that I am done getting all of the what have you. Again, so satisfying. It's really the little things that you appreciate. I mean, and don't look at me weird. You do the same thing whenever you get a brand new cell phone. You take that plastic off. It's the best part. There's so many things that phone can do, but nothing beats taking the plastic off for the first time. I guess that's a sense of pride that that phone truly belongs to you. Sure that is substantial. That's not going anywhere in theory. Now I'm going to grab my yeah, that's nothing. I'm going to grab my spool holder, which is this little doohickey here. I've got a notch in the back. For this demonstration, I'm going to use it. It's been criticized that this is one of the major minor things with this machine is where they actually put the spool. I'll show you case in point. Come with me real quick. So y'all are probably not going to be able to see that. That's horrible. But okay, so there's a little notch right here where this thing's supposed to go, and it just slides in. You know, you're good to go. Your spool will go on that, and it'll feed your filament, which is fine. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. Other people do. I don't really have a problem with that. The reason I show y'all that is because on my Neptune, which another company, my Neptune 3 Max, the spool is actually above, which is a better design. It kind of really is, because you've got it feeding down. And as we all learned in school, gravity can be your friend or your enemy. And in this sense, you want it to all come down. So not a bad thing. I mean, I've got a different plan for my machine here. I've got another plan that I'm going to throw into motion for that. But as of right now, it's going to work just for demonstration purposes. So now I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I'm going to open my little, I mean, they sent it to me with the machine, so why not use it, right? And it comes vacuum sealed, which is really cool. You know, the thing about it, at the end of the day, it's plastic. So it could dry out, it could do so many other things. Not really. They even sent me a little snack, you know, so they've thought of everything. PSA, don't eat this. I'm making a joke. You know, it's not funny. Throw this thing away. You're not going to need it. Don't eat it. I have to stress that. It's the same as the instructions on the shampoo bottle. Lather, rinse, repeat. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. Okay, so back to the machine. So you've got this little plastic thing here. Your plastic, your material, if you will, your paper to your machine. So you will string this out here. and get this all set up. You want to take your little snips, and I've got them somewhere around here. I know that I do. And you want to cut off that first layer. Same as a thing of tape. You want to make sure that you get that first layer there. And you get that snip off. And you should be ready to go. Now the thing about this machine is it's mostly self-fed. So you won't have to, I mean, they've thought of everything in itself. So we're going to put this in here. And they've got their own little doohickey here. So we're going to feed that through. See if we can. They've got a mechanism in here that is for light and unlight, or locked and unlocked, and I just want to make sure that I'm reading the right directions. I don't think that I am, but no, I think that I am. I think we're good. So I'll feed this back through. I'm fairly certain that I didn't feed that right, but you know what we're going to do now? We're going to go ahead and plug the machine in. I'm fairly certain that I've got everything ready. If you see smoke coming from the machine, you have my permission to start laughing hysterically because I screwed up in some way. I'm fairly certain that I didn't, but if you know me at all, I might have. So, and another little PSA, if you do see smoke, don't do that. You're welcome. So, we will put this in here and we will get our little plug in here. Then we should have power to it. Now, I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm going to bring the camera over so you guys can see in it. It's got LEDs inside. So you've got a LED bar right there, you know, so you can see your print as it lights up. As you see, y'all guys can probably, I don't know, I'm really horrible at this, so I apologize in advance. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shrink this down so I can show y'all some stuff on here. So like I said, your LCD screen is going to be right there, and that's going to be able to tell you everything that you need to do as far as set up the machine. So we're going to come back here. I'm fairly certain that I did that. Okay, so English is fine. Next, I did that, so those are gone. Welcome, you hit OK. Again, you've read everything. Yes, I have. So that's going to find my Wi-Fi. Enter in. See, y'all can't see the password, so hey, don't even. I know I said ask me anything, but Sorry, I'm not trying to be quiet on you guys. I just do 50 things at once and want to make sure that I'm focused. Connected right there. Okay, that was not good. So we'll open that back up. We'll try this again. Do that. I probably hit an R when I should have hit a T. Okay, sweet. I'm connected. Okay, good. We'll hit next on that. My time zone. We're gonna do that. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to pause for 1 second because I've got to hook up something.